Peace to the family. Peace to the family. Today is a Thursday, October 3rd, 2019. Free Inhabitant is back at you again. And family, we just gonna be redundant again with this topic and information. You know what I'm saying? Cause family, I continue to get people hitting me up with emails, especially New Yorkers. This is going out to the New York territory, family. This is, going out to the New Yorkers territory. Cause I continue to get emails where they continue to tell me that these public servants, public officials are not, that they're not required to give oaths and bonds, and that they don't have none. Do you hear me, family? Huh? That's what they're telling me. So, due to some of the family just lack their knowledge and understanding to, let their hands do the walking and their mind and mouth do the talking. They continue, and it's not just New Yorkers, it's the world over. It's the world over, because I'm trying to champion this right here. Free Inhabitant is the one that's trying to champion this, that this is where your power lies. This is where you stop them from doing all that they continue to keep doing to you by getting these oaths and bonds. But here today, I just want to pinpoint and target New Yorkers. Because again, I keep having the family keep calling me up, emailing me, as well as calling me, telling me these public servants is actually prima facie continue to keep telling them that they don't got no oaths and bonds and they're not required to have none. Oh, they're not. Well, here today, family, Free Inhabitant gonna teach you and explain to you once again, because this is getting redundant. And again, New Yorkers are not the only ones. You got other territories. You have other territories. You do. It's not just New York. It's several places as well. Several other states. People continue to keep hitting me up. I said it's an impossibility. There's no way. They're just not doing their job. It's the family not going to look this stuff up. We're lacking in knowledge and understanding how to make your fingers move. All it takes is less than five minutes to do this. All it takes. I'm doing your homework for you, family. And I continue to keep telling you that they're required to have these things. But here today, since you continue to keep telling me, like as if you're on their end and on their side, and you continue to keep telling me like as if you believe them, due to the family lack knowledge and understanding, because they choose not to start looking this stuff up themselves. So here today, a Thursday, October 3rd, 2019, Free Inhabitant is going to pull your card here today. And I can go to each individual state and prove to you this state's the same thing. If they're telling you, if these public officials continue to tell you that they're not required to have no oaths and bond, they're lying. You continue to be the fool then. You continue to be the slave. Let them be the ones that continue to lock you up. Let them be the ones that continue to keep taking your cars. Let them ones continue to keep telling you, keep coming to steal your house. Get these oaths and bonds and watch how they operate. Watch how they activate when you get this and you start filing claims on them. If you start filing claims on them, letting them know that you don't lack the knowledge, but you have all the information. There's levels to this stuff, family. You got to start doing it. I've done it. I've proven to you. I'm on the walls already. I've shown you that this stuff does work. All you got to do is pull these bonds. Start pulling them, family. You can pull these oaths and these bonds, but you got to go further. You got to start filing claims against them. Write up an affidavit of claim. and start listing down, write a formal affidavit, affidavit of claim, and start writing everything down, a formal affidavit in regards to how you were injured, how you were violated. Showing proof, you know that you can show easy proof this. This stuff is simple, family. You can easily prove you got beat up. You can easily prove that they're violating and breaking the law due to breach of coming in your house and stealing your homes without valid warrants, without proper warrants. Sheriffs don't come with proper writs, writ of warrants, i.e. writ of possessions, writ of garnishments, writ of levies. They never come with these proper warrants. These are nothing but warrants. You don't understand what a warrant is, or i.e. what's a order. An order is nothing but a written warrant. A warrant ain't nothing but an order. They're both, it's synonymous. They're the same. Don't believe me? Go look it up. Or I can bring this information redundantly back to you to show you a warrant ain't nothing but a written order. So when they're giving these orders to steal your home, family, when they're giving these illegal orders for fraudulently trying to force people to pay these slavery debts in regards to child support, these are not valid orders. They're not even signed. They're not, family. They're not. We can prove what they're doing is illegal. First of all, they have to have a supportive affidavit, family. It's called oath of affirmation. Again, what is an order? An order is a written, nothing but a warrant. A written warrant. And a warrant is nothing but a written order. They the same. It's one and the same. When you hear a judge said, I've given my order, he's basically telling you he's given a warrant against you. That's all. A warrant means he's trying to say it is warranted under the Constitution that he has lawful probable cause to take your items from you. But guess what? He's missing proper prerequisite elements in regards to a warrant. Family, if y'all don't know what's a warrant, what's an order, in regards to warrants, family, go look at my videos, my old videos. I done put this stuff already on the walls. It's already on the walls. Go look this stuff up and study my videos. Go look what I'm trying to bring cognizant information to you. I'm trying to bring this information to you, family. It's already on the walls. Go look this stuff up. What's a warrant? And start challenging these warrants. Seems like everybody's scared to challenge these warrants. Start having your family members send an affidavit challenging these warrants. Family, if there's a warrant sitting somewhere on your head, your habeas corpus, the body, the flesh, have your family go file an affidavit of fact demanding for these proper Fourth Amendment warrants. Remember, they got to be supported by oath of affirmation, i.e. a signed, sworn affidavit. And guess what, family? They never are by a magistrate. They never are. When is everybody going to wake up? Come on now. This stuff is constantly, I'm going over the same information that's being redundant because the family continue to continue to hit free inhabitant back. And I continue to keep telling you that these sheriffs, these police hold what you call umbrella bonds. The police does not have the bonds physically over themselves, but what they carry, family, are umbrella bonds. Yes, they are supposed to have bonds. Yes, they're supposed to hold the oath, this so-called corporate office that they hold. And I'm going to prove this to you here today, family. So listen up and listen clear. And let's stop letting this stuff being redundant because we choose to move our fingers. Let our fingers do the walking. And let our mouths and our conscience, our intelligence do the talking. Because the paperwork can speak. The paperwork can help eloquently drop down knowledge and annotate what the law entails. But what good is it if you don't understand this stuff that's put it upstairs in his head? Because judges always, these so-called judges, magistrates, they always challenge you on this stuff. What's on paperwork, family, got to be upstairs in your head, family. So we got to start studying this stuff. We got to start studying this stuff. So I'm going to move on with this video, family. This particular video is New Yorkers, family. I'm focusing on y'all now because I can go in any one of these so-called states, and I can pull y'all paperwork and prove to you that they're required to have these oath and bond. And if I know I can do it, you can do it. Because again, I keep having a family keep hitting me up, free Inhabitant up, saying, oh, they're telling us they're not supposed to have no oaths and bonds. They ain't got to have this stuff. Family, if you don't know what the word require means, go look it up, please, will you? Go look up require. So here today, it's about New Yorkers. Are sheriffs required to file oaths and bonds? Don't be no fool. So we're going to move on. And I'm going to show you what does their annotated rules say. I'm going to show you what the Constitution say, what the law says, family. I don't care about their corporate stuff. I don't care about their rules and regulations. I'm going to tell you what the Constitution says. Do you hear me, family? Because they're going to tell you what it says. I'm going to let them tell you what the Constitution said that they're ordained to have in place of these things that they're supposed to have it. They're supposed to have these things, family. So we're going to move on to what their stuff says. So pay close attention, family. Pay close attention. Let me move on. Can the family see that? I hope you can see that, family. Can you see that? You see where it says Department of State, Division of Corporations, State Records, and the UCC. Family, this is not my stuff. Look at it. This is not my stuff, family. This is their stuff. This is their stuff. It's not my stuff. You can go look this up on your own board, family. I pulled this stuff. It didn't come from me. Now I'm going to read for you, family. It says oath/affirmations. That's on their oaths, family. It said of state employees and public officers, family. These are two separate types of individuals, family. What's a state employee? One of the citizens that work for the government, this corporate government. I'm going to say it again. What's a state employee? One of the citizens that works for the corporate government. And it says, and public officials or officers. And public officers. Now, what's a public officer? A public servant. These are two separate individuals. It said public officers and state employees, family. Do you see that? Public officers and state employees, family. Now, it says New York State Constitution and public officers law require public officers, including elected officials, to take and file an oath of office. Public officers who are state officers will also need to file a related certificate pursuant to the public officers law, the officers law. The civil service law requires employees of the state to take and file an oath of office and an alternative statement. State employees are also required to file a related certificate pursuant to the public officers law. You see that? The requirements for public officers and state employees are described below. In order to assist filers, the Department of State has prepared forms for use by public officers and state employees. Now, down the bottom, family, down the bottom, it shows you right here, family, public officers, oath of office. It shows you members of the state legislators and public officers, executive and judicials are required to take and sign the oath provided by Article 13, Section 1, New York State Constitution before they commence the duty of their office. Now, family, do you hear that? That's telling you right there, there's no such way that they could be in that corporate office or position or seat unless they take that oath. But y'all telling me that they're not required to take no oath. No? But this says they are required. Family, it says are required. Go look up the word required if you don't understand what it means. To take and sign the oath. Family, provided by Article 10, Section 1 of the New York State Constitution before they commence the duty of their office. Family, don't tell me y'all don't supposed to take no oath. You're required to have an oath. You're required. You gotta have it. And I'm being told that they're saying they ain't got to have that. I'm being told that they ain't supposed to have that. You do supposed to have that, family. You do. You're required to have it. You do. And it's a public officers law, Section 10, also require every public officer to take and file the oath required by law before he or she performs any official duty. Huh? They're not supposed to have an oath? They told y'all that? Family, they told y'all they're not supposed to have no oath? And bond, they supposed to have it. Just because you don't see that they supposed to have no oath, family. I'm not going to do your homework, all of it for you. I can go look this up for you and also pull up the document. They're also supposed to also have a bond. I'm not going to do all your homework for you. But I can prove it to you that they do. If I have to do it for you again, I will. If I got to show you also the bond, I will. If you don't believe me, family, go take a look at my other videos, and I proved it. I proved it even in other states that they got to have oath and bond. Not only did Free Inhabitant show you the oath, Free Inhabitant teaching people how to also, that they're also required to even have bond. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this much. An oath is almost similar to a mortgage deed of trust. A mortgage deed of trust against that mortgage note. They go hand in hand. They're not separate. You got to have one with the other. There's no such thing as one and the other one he does not have to have. It's no such thing. They got to have them both, family. They go hand in hand. You separate that fidelity surety bond. You separate them. That is called the bifurcation. You got in order for them to take the oath. Reason why they're required to take the oath, because they took a fidelity to the people, which means they're required to protect you. This was what the Bill of Rights was about. All governments was created for the protection, for the institution and protection of the people. They were required to protect the people. They were instituted to protect you and your individual rights. It's called liberties. Family, don't tell me. Go look it up. So they are required to also have bonds. Again, go take a look at my videos, my other videos, and it's showing you proof. Again, family, if you don't know how to write these things up, you got to donate for the document. You can get it. Free Inhabitant, email me. Take a look down at the bottom of this video. I got the documents, how to request, showing you how to do these things so that they'll be able to give you these things that you're requesting on. They're required to, family. Don't let them continue to keep telling you that they're not required to have these things. I'm showing you right here. I can pick I can knock off each so-called state and I can prove to you that they supposed to have them. Family, I done did it. Texas, I done showed y'all they supposed to have this. I can go to any state. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm not going to do all your homework. Free Inhabitant is proving to you that this stuff will work. You got to get their bonds. If you get their bonds, you'll start seeing a whole drastic reaction taking place. Start filing claims against these bonds. This stuff is so simple. Look at my videos. I've shown you how to do this. Stuff is easy. Again, if you don't know how to do it, you contact Free Inhabitant. Look at the description box up under this video. My email is there. Email me. And Free Inhabitant to give you all the information you need to contact me. You could donate for the document and start requesting for these oaths and these bonds. They have them. They got them. Don't let them tell you. You don't got to believe me. You don't got to believe Free Inhabitant. Family, I'm showing you what their own constitution says. I'm showing you. You don't got to believe nothing I say, because this didn't come from me. The New York State Constitution and public officers law require public officers, including the elected officials, to take and file an oath of office. Families coming to me telling me that these police, as well as these sheriffs, are saying as well as the United States marshals, telling me that they're not required to have no oath. Or even a bond. Family, this is a lie. This is a lie. They'll tell you anything just for you not to secure possession of that bond. Because you know why? They know what's going to happen when you secure and you get in your hand possession of that bond. They know what will happen. If I was a public servant, hell, I'll tell you that too. Oh, it doesn't exist. We don't know what you're talking about. I'll tell you that too, in order for you to not get my bond. Because I know what you can do to me if I harm you, if you get a copy of my bond and my oath. I know what you could do to me if you get that. If I've harmed you, I beat you up, pull you out of your car, beat you up, all because of a ticket. That's a no-no. That's one thing police can't do. And they're doing it. They're saying that you broke one law, some so-called law, and yet pulling you over by saying you violated some statute, some code, and not a flesh and blood man or woman. And at the same time, pulling you all out of that car, beating you up. Family, that's a no-no. These are things that they're not supposed to be doing. If you saying that I breached one of your statutes, your codes, give me my ticket and I'll be on my way and I'll deal with this and beat this in court. Because once a cop pull you over and beat you up illegally, family, that's a no-no. It rise the level to the occasion to where that family, it is now a criminal act now. He's saying that you've done something in regards to a bill of attainder and he beating you up now? No, that's a no-no, family. We got to put a stop to that. You got to start filing claims against their bond. Watch how they start acting when you get that bond. Watch how they start acting when you start filing a claim against it. They start crying and pleading with you. Please, can we just talk? Can we just talk? Oh, you want to talk to me now? Because you know I'm activating that bond now and I'm exercising a claim against it. Everybody got a right to file a claim against the bond. All it is ain't nothing but corporate insurance. Family, all it is nothing but corporate insurance. That's all it is. It's insurance. But the Constitution dictates that they're supposed to be bonded. Why? Because they're supposed to be bonded because they have a fidelity to you. They're supposed to be protecting you, but they're not protecting you because know why? They made all your trustees, your slaves. But yet they took an oath to the Constitution to be the servant, making you the servant. You allowing them to make you to be the servant. That's why you the slave instead of being the master. I, self-law, and master. Instead of you being the master, you the slave. They switch places on you. Because you know why? You're ignorant to the law, and there's no excuse. You should be studying this stuff. Family, you ain't got to believe me. They supposed to have oath and bond, family. I'm showing you right here, family. I'm hoping not to make this video too long or draw it out, family, but because it's being redundant. Again, free inhabitant could go to any state. I can go to any so-called state. Whatever that means, whatever that is. But I'm using it as a frame of reference so you could understand me. That the territory that you abode in, that you have the right to pull these things, family. You got a right to get this stuff. Don't let them tell you you don't, family. I'm showing you right here. Said Public Officers Law, Section 10 also requires every public officer. You see, every public officer to take and file an oath. Required by law. Show me, family, where it says that only some public officials are supposed to take an oath. Huh? Show me. It says every. Free Inhabitant is showing you. See? Can't get around this. Tell them, show them this stuff. Show them, family. See? They can't get around this. I pulled your card. I'm pulling their stuff right here. This they stuff. It's not my stuff. This is New York. It says all of them are required. It didn't say some. It didn't say some. It says all of them. Not even just the public servants. It says all the state legislators, family. Check it out. Members of the state legislature and all public officers. Look, family, executive. Who is the executive? Prosecutors. The police. Who's judicial? Magistrates, i.e. judges. Judicial. The three forms of government, family. Legislators, judicial, and executive branch of government, family. You got the legislators, judicial, and executive branch of government. That's three forms of government. Legislators is ones who creates the law. Judicials is one who interprets the law. Executors are the ones who enforces the law, which is the prosecutors and the police. Well, who's the judicials? Those are the ones who interpret the law. Those are the so-called judges who are magistrates. Well, who is the legislators? The ones who create law. You see, people don't like breaking this stuff down like Free Inhabitant do. I got to chop it down so that you could understand this stuff. Ain't nobody else doing it. Nobody else want to do this stuff. The headache, the heart, the pain. But I put my heart in this because know why? I go more than just the face side of this. I'm trying to teach you also the private side of these accounts that they're tripping against us. It's the private side you attack. That's them bonds. That's them bonds. If you attack that bond, all this stuff is shut down immediately. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, family? Get the bond. Get the bond. Focus on the bond. That oath and that bond, they go hand in hand. Like mortgage deed of trust, security deed of trust, which is a mortgage deed of trust, and the mortgage note. They go hand in hand, family. If you separate them, neither one is any good. Neither one. Neither one, family. Neither one. And I also want to explain to the family before I move on that if these public officials don't have no bond on file and no oath on file, family, I'm telling you, it's illegal. Any order that came from a magistrate, a judge, family, is illegal. It's void. If they got an order, if they got an oath of office and it's not up to date, family, none of their orders is valid. And I'm telling you, I had cases beat before like this. If they given any orders, see, we don't pull none of their oaths. We don't pull none of their bonds. We don't check to see how they're operating under that status. As a magistrate, we don't check none of these things. This is where their power is. You gotta pull this stuff. Don't tell me that you can't pull it and it doesn't exist. I'm showing you that it does exist. They're telling you that it doesn't, but I'm showing you that it do. I got New Yorkers calling me, telling me that for Inhabitant, they're saying that they're not supposed to have an oath. They're not required to have an oath. They're not required to file bonds. You can't have an oath without a bond, and you can't have a bond without an oath. All people knows this, that once you open up a business, if you don't got no license without that bond, they're saying you are operating illegal. Well, okay, I'm saying the same thing. If you are a public official, that oath operates as your license. Why? To the people. Protecting the people. You're operating as a business doing service to the people. If you own a business and you have a license, you're offering service. They're buying goods from you. As it's called merchant law. So they're offering you business. Okay, it's the same way with these magistrates. If they took an oath, that's a fidelity. That's like they took an oath to protect you, secure you. Family, don't let them lie to you and tell you they're not supposed to have this stuff. Family, it's right here. It's right here, family. If they tell you they're not supposed to have oath and bond, family, they're lying to you. It's right here. It's right here, family. They can't lie. They can't get around me. A public officer who is a state officer as defined right here. Public officers, law section 2, must file his or her oath with New York Secretary of State. I done told Texans this same stuff. Same stuff. You want anti-bribery statements? You go to the secretary. Magistrates supposed to have all anti-bribery statements. Magistrates, i.e. judges. You could go to the secretary. Yes, they do have them. Family, New Yorkers, don't let these public servants tell you that they don't got them and that they're not supposed to have them. It's right here. It tells you, New York Secretary of the State. Family, don't let them tell you a lie. It's right here. You don't gotta believe me, but believe their own stuff. It's telling you right here. State officers including the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the attorney general. State comptroller, yes, the state comptroller. Who do you think pays these judges, i.e. magistrates, when they're administering the trust, these accounts? Comptrollers, they're the controllers of the currency, i.e. the funds, this so-called money. Yes, family, Free Inhabitant knows what he's talking about. Nobody else ain't trying to show or teach you all this stuff. Members of the legislators, justices of the Supreme Court, regents of the university, and officers appointed by the state officer and the legislators. Family, a public officer who is a local officer as defined in public officers law section 2 must file his or her oath in the office specified in public officers law section 10. Family, they gotta have it. Family, stop hitting me up telling me that they're telling you that they're not required to have it. I'm showing you that they do. Says it right here. Y'all just not looking this stuff up. But that's because y'all lack the knowledge and understanding that they do supposed to have it. You lack the knowledge and understanding to be able to articulate back to them on what to say when someone tells you that they're not required to have this stuff. I'm showing you that they do. Family, I'm not going to continue to be redundant with it, but I will continue to teach you that they are supposed to have this stuff, family. They do. Look right here, family. Public Officers Law, 78 certification, right here. All members of officers and officers of the state legislature and all officers of the state agencies. Do you hear me? State agencies, which are enclaves. These corporate offices that they're claiming that they're upholding. These are the enclaves, the state's enclaves, corporate enclaves. These state agencies, okay, must sign, file a certificate pursuant to public officers law section 78. Family, public officers, family. What Free Inhabitant is trying to tell you, again, as I started in the very beginning of this chapter, let me go back, where it says right there, family, it says public officers, family, and state employees, public officers and state. These are separate individuals, family. But I'm trying to tell you that all of them are required to file statements that are totally different from the oath. Did y'all know that? Yes, I'm going to show you right here. They're all supposed to certify statements, family. They're all supposed to give statements. It says right here, all members and officers of the state legislators and all officers of state agencies must sign and file a certificate pursuant to Public Officers Law Section 678. The certificate must include an acknowledgement that he or she has received a copy of certain provisions of the Public Officers Law and that he or she has read and agrees to conform to such provisions and the norms of conduct. Do you hear that? For members, officers, and employees of the state. Do you understand what that's saying? Of the conduct, because you know why they got to understand this? They supposed to confirm, which means they got to agree, or conform, meaning they got to abide by. Why does they have to read and agrees to conform, abide by to such provisions? Because you know why, family? When they take an oath, they swear an oath to uphold all the laws of the state. All the laws are supposed to be protecting the people. But family, they're not protecting, they're violating your rights. Because know why? You're incompetent. You're incompetent. You're not studying this stuff. They know you're incompetent. They know you don't know none of this stuff, family. That's why they're violating your rights. That's why they're beating you up. Because they know you're incompetent. They know this, family, you're incompetent. That's why they're beating you up. That's why you got their status. They're all trustees, family. All of them. All of them are trustees, family. You have their status. They switch statuses against you, family. You have their status, family. They switched them with you, family. So, once again, family, they got to have certificates of members of officers of the Senate must be filed with the Secretary of Senate. Certificates of members of officers and the Assembly must file with the clerk of the assemblies. All this stuff right here, look, public officers forms. Family, let me show you something. Let me show you something, family. All this stuff, they got to have this stuff on file, family. They got to have this stuff. Let me show you something. Can you see that, family? Right here, it's a public officer's oath or affirmation. This they stuff.